What's up, y'all? It's me, Marvel the Cross 316 here again today, and I'm going to be showing y'all my Spider-Man comic book collection today. Now, this is not the Amazing Spider-Man, this is not Spectacular Spider-Man, this ain't even Superior Spider-Man like everybody is getting nowadays. This is the original Spider-Man. This series came out in 1990, and it was drawn by Todd McFarlane. The man, that's what I'm talking about. He is one of the best drawers I've ever seen. So here we go. I don't have issue 1, but this is issue 2 right here. Spider-Man is facing the Lizard, and the Lizard is out of control in the streets. He is wreaking havoc, killing people. This is Bloodlust right here of the Lizard. This series came out in 1990, and it got a lot of criticism from a lot of people because got a lot of criticism in the fan mail because when Todd McFarlane was doing his work, when he was, he was the writer and the artist in this series at the beginning, his stories were a lot like really attitude. It had a lot of attitude in it, and it had a lot of ruthless aggression in it, and it got a lot of criticism for that because, the Amazing Spider-Man, you see this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but when you read some of these comic books from Todd McFarlane, it has a lot of blood and gore and a lot of death and all kinds of stuff that's present in today's society, and it was present back then. This is issue 3. This is going to be a pretty long video because I have a lot of this series. This is issue 3. The Lizard, he's being controlled by this witch. Kind of looks like a Kraven the Hunter, but she's a woman and she's controlled the Lizard's mind. Okay, now I don't have issue 4, but I have issue 5 though. This is the conclusion to that storyline, drawn by none other than Todd McFarlane. He is such a great artist of the Spider-Man. He evolutionized, I'd say, Spider-Man and how he is, pretty much, in the 90s. Okay, go to issue 6. This one has the Hobgoblin in it. Hobgoblin, he's been possessed by that demon, and you got a guest star in this comic. I don't want to spoil it, but you will see in just a few minutes who that is. Just a few seconds. Issue 6. Hobgoblin, he's a mean son of a gun. There's the guest star. It was none other than Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, he's out to get vengeance on Hobgoblin, because Hobgoblin is killing little children. He has this little child. Look at all that mayhem. See, that's why a lot of people didn't like their kids to read this, because it was really gory and kind of evil looking. I like it though. It's awesome. It was a really awesome time period back then. You could pick these comic books up pretty cheap too. These comic books are about $1 a piece, maybe $2, because they're just not as rare as the Amazing Spider-Man is. Okay, got issue 8, as you can see, issue 8. This is Perceptions Part 1 of 5. Guest starring none other than Wolverine coming up in this storyline. There's a bunch of murders out in the woods, and people are blaming it on the Sasquatch. But it's not the Sasquatch, I have to say. Issue 9. Issue 9 here, Wolverine. See, they're blaming the Wendigo. He's kind of like Sasquatch in a way. And just look at every artwork of Todd McFarlane. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful to look at. We got issue 10. This is part 3. There's 5 parts to this. I have another copy of that. Issue 4. issue part 4 or 5. This is issue 11. Look at that. I mean, look at that right there. Wolverine, Wendigo. It's beautiful how he did stuff. Issue 12, this is the last part. Find out that it was the hunters the whole time. There's a group of hunters that were killing little boys in the forest, not Wendigo. Pretty sad story, but it's true in this series. Okay, got the collector's item issue. This is when Spider-Man goes back to the black costume. He's not wearing the symbiote, but he is wearing the replica of the symbiote. This is where he starts fighting Morbius in the sewers. I really love that by Todd McFarlane. He's such a great artist. Got issue 14 right here. Pretty cool right there. And also now Spider-Man and the Beast. Here they go right here. Spider-Man and the Beast. Spider-Man and Mary Jane are thinking about having a baby, but they're not too sure yet. So they had to get advice from none other than the Beast. That's good advice right there. This is the last story right here. Last story drawn by Todd McFarlane. See right there it says by Todd McFarlane. He moved on to something else, I guess. I wish he would have stayed and drawn Spider-Man, but sadly he didn't stay too long. This is a pretty cool right here. The story is written like this. It's sideways. It's not like you would think it is. It's sideways. You got to read it. Spider-Man he's with the X-Force and he's fighting none other than the Juggernaut. Woo. Okay, Spider-Man, he fights Thanos right here. This is issue 17. Spider-Man says, "You will believe a man can die." Spider-Man actually dies in this comic book, but not for long, you know. Spider-Man's not going to die just like that. He's going to survive somehow or another. And this is my favorite storyline right here. Favorite storyline of this 1990 series that I have. It's the Revenge of the Sinister Six. Has Dr. Octopus, Electro, Hobgoblin, the Vulture, Mysterio. We got guest starring Ghost Rider. I love this. This is right here. This is when Eric Larson started drawing. Well, the writing was starting. He was wonderful. I'm saying he is wonderful at writing these stories from Eric Larson. This is issue 19. There were 5 parts to this storyline. Got Hulk here. Got issue 20. Issue 20, look at that. Spider-Man with guns. Back then, in the 60s and 70s, you would have never thought Spider-Man would be carrying 2 guns like that. There's Solo right there. It's part 3. You got Nova and also Deathlock in that. Woo-wee, that is bad right there. Look at that. Spider-Man alongside Deathlock. Look at that. That is awesome. And again, these issues, you can pick them up pretty cheap at your local comic book shop. They're really cheap. It wouldn't be hard at all to collect all of them. There were 93 issues in all of this series, and then they moved on to Peter Parker Spider-Man, and it went on to 2003, and they quit it. This is issue 22. Look at there. Man. They got the Hulk. And every character you can think of. That's why I really like this series, 1990 series, because they always had guest stars in just about every issue. Okay, that's issue 23. I got all these comic books mostly off eBay for pretty cheap. and they're in really good condition as well. Issue 24, got the Demogoblin, Hobgoblin here, and this creature right here. Issue 25, this one, the Spider Phoenix. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool issue. It has the X4, well, Excalibur, Excalibur. We go to a giant size 30th anniversary special. I don't know if you can see it really well or not, but it's a hologram kind of issue. Spider-Man, he's on a, like up in the air with a web slinger's web, and it's a very cool issue. This 30th anniversary. Can't believe it now because it's already 50th anniversary already. Got issue 27. Issue 27 is about a gun, the gun laws and stuff going on back then. It's a good comic book to read right now because of everything that's going on with the gun issues. So your issue 28, issue 29, some Mag Dog Award, issue 30. He's fighting this big old menace here. That's part 2 of Mag Dog Award. Here's the conclusion. This is issue 31. It's a very cool issue there. Okay. Then we go to issue 32. Issue 32, starring the Punisher. He is one bad character, I gotta tell you. He's just about like Ghost Rider. And look what he does. He turns on Spider-Man. Looks like he turns his back on Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's in a heap of trouble. Got issue 35. This is where Maximum Carnage starts. That's 4 or 14. I love that issue right there. Issue 36. Look at there, Venom. Got issue 38. Guest starring Electro. Electro's out to kill Spider-Man, of course. Issue 39. And also issue 40. Electro looks supreme here. Better than ever. Issue 41. I got guest starring Iron Fist. Issue 43. Man. And my last issue I have is issue 45. And this is where Chameleon, he's trying to trick Spider-Man that his mom and dad have passed away, and it really depresses Spider-Man a lot. You can see right there. I mean, he's gone through so many trials in his life. First, Gwen Stacy, his first love, dies a long time ago. Now he has to deal with all kinds of sorts. Well, everybody, I thank you for watching today on my Spider-Man comic book collection. Start collecting those comic books again, and I'll see y'all next time.